Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. It's me, Niall, just here giving a quick reaction to what we've just seen from Newcastle, England, as Josh Pretty Boy Kelly has blasted out a dreadfully overmatched Flavius BIEA in the first round to surely, well, must leave himself on the verge of a big fight now before it's too late. But yeah, before we get into the reaction, please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already at ESBR Boxing. And yeah, drop a like on this video and follow us on all social media. So yeah, Josh Kelly, pretty boy Kelly, has done it in round one against his Romanian opponent Flavius BIEA. Yeah, it was a bit of a farce to be honest with you. There was underwhelming reactions to this fight when it was announced, and we've just seen why those reactions were justified. Yeah, Kelly, big left, looks spiteful in there. Big left hand, drop Beer, and yeah, he didn't really want to know Beer, to be honest with you. You could see from the first bell that it was a complete mismatch. Beer so flat-footed, slow, hardly throw a punch. And as soon as Kelly started letting his hands go, you knew that it was going to be a drastic mismatch and a drastic kind of ending to this fight sooner rather than later, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, Kelly gets it done, and that's all you can say about the analysis of the fight. It didn't go past 3 minutes, but yeah, it's so disappointing and so underwhelming. But that's the story of Josh Kelly's career. It really is the story of his career. Promised so much and has delivered so little. Of course, a lot of hype outside coming off the good amateur career. He has all the skills. He has the look, he has the skills. He is a talented fighter. Speed, kind of hand speed, shot variation. Spitefulness in his punches, reflexes. He should have done so much more, and he still can do it. But he's running out of time. He's running out of time now. He's 31 years old, and people are still kind of. He's still being brought along like a hot prospect, which is crazy. People saying tonight after that beer fight online now that he needs a big step up, and to be still saying that at this stage of his career is absolutely crazy. It really is. Of course, he's won British and Commonwealth titles. He's had decent win against Troy Williamson. And then he's just gone quiet again since that. It's been a bizarre career. Of course, down at 147, he lost to David Avanesian for the European title. No shame in that, but yeah, just a bizarre, disappointing career for Josh Kelly. Um, yeah, it's hard to kind of say any more than that or be any more positive than that because I actually am a Josh Kelly fan. I think I like watching him. He's talented. He gets a lot of flack. I defended him for a long time as, somebody flashy, cocky fighter will always get stick. But, it's becoming really hard to defend him, whether, that's his fault or his promotion's fault. It's or a mixture of everything really, fighting on Channel 5 in a small venue in front of what looked like a poor crowd on a Friday night. It's crazy considering the talent that he had and the hype that was around him. But yeah, hopefully now we can kick on because he's in a bit of a last chance saloon now. When this fight was announced, the Serlins did come out in interviews and say that he will be out 3 times this year. Uh, this fight tonight, September and likely December, all going well, which is good. He needs to be active after the last few years of his career. He needs to remain active, and he's as I say, he's in a race against the clock. But it can't be any more of these opponents now. It has to be big, big names. If there's a Flavius B a level opponent next, or even kind of close to that level, a lot of people will be officially done with Josh Kelly. They won't be either. they won't be going to see him. They won't be buying tickets. The people that do buy tickets won't be going to see him. Never mind people tuning in on Channel 5. Yeah, it just has to be a big, big fight. No more tune-up fights. No more kind of keep busy fights for Josh Kelly. It has to be a big name. Or else that's it. That's his career as good as done. There's a lot of interesting options. We're not talking about world titles just yet. There's, I think, an excellent fight will be against Abbas Barrel for the European title. A cross challenge for the belt at 147 against David Avanesian. But I do think Abbas Barrel is a winnable fight for Josh Kelly. You know, Abbas Barrel is a good fighter in his own right. Very, very talented fighter, but Josh Kelly, when he puts it all together, can beat absolutely anybody. We've seen it against Troy Williamson, against Ishmael Davis. He proved that those names don't belong in the ring with him. He's above British level, Commonwealth level, go to European level now and fight for the European title against Abbas Barrel. And, Josh Kelly at his best, I'd absolutely pick to beat Abbas Barrel. I really would. I think Josh Kelly is a supremely talented fighter, but his career has been a mess. But yeah, Abbas Barrel next. There's no reason why that can't happen. We've seen Barrel before on Channel 5 against Sam Eggington, and he didn't have it all his own way against Sam Eggington. So if you're not having it all your own way against Eggington, Josh Kelly has the potential to spin Barrel on his head. Other than that, there's top 15 names, the kind of 10 to 15 ranked fighters, Charles Conwell, names like that, that are really will be really good tests for Josh Kelly. But winnable fights, big names, winnable fights. He does hold kind of high rankings with the WBO, and one or two other governing bodies. So, he's not that far off kind of major fights, but I think a big step would be Abbas Barrel next for the European title, absolutely. And you know, then the end of the year, we'll kind of cross that bridge when we come to it. But I think it has to be a big fight next, undoubtedly, because he's 31 now and he's wasted too much of his career. We've seen what he can do when he's on it. We've seen him, as I say, Troy Williamson, Ishmael Davis, another good win. But yeah, time is really running out. He's in a race against the clock now, and hopefully it's a big fight when he's out next. The Ireland was saying probably September. It should be earlier than that now. Judging by tonight's kind of one round blast out, he didn't take any damage whatsoever. I don't think BIEA landed a punch on him. I'll have to kind of fact check that, but I don't think he was laid a glove on. So yeah, that was just my very quick reaction to the very underwhelming one round demolition job by Josh Kelly on FLAVIUS BIEA at the Utilita Arena in Newcastle, England. Yeah, pretty boy Kelly now sets himself up for big fights, hopefully later on in 2025. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because he can't afford to waste any more time. But yeah, a disappointing night of action. Let us know what you think in the comments below. What did you make of that very brief performance from Kelly? How highly do you rate Kelly, and what is his ceiling? What can he achieve? Before it's done. That style only has a certain kind of shelf life when you're so fast and reflexive. Those reflexes are going to leave him soon. So what's the best he can achieve now at 154? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. And please, as I said, start of the video, drop a like on this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel at ESBR Boxing, and follow us on all social media. Until next time, take care.